Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the really transformative work of psychologist Tara Brach and a powerful idea she calls radical acceptance. Let's just start with these words. These were the last thing a mother ever said to her daughter. And they're so haunting because, well, they capture a feeling that so many of us know deep down, that quiet, persistent whisper that something about us is just not right. Well, that feeling, it has a name. Tara Brach calls it the trance of unworthiness. And it's really the core problem that radical acceptance is all about healing. Think about that for a second. An invisible and toxic gas. It's such a powerful way to describe it, isn't it? This isn't just about having a bad day or feeling down. It's this constant background hum of not being enough. And when we're caught in this trance, we can never really truly relax. We're always on the lookout for our own flaws, and it completely blinds us to our own inherent goodness. So to really get a handle on what this trance feels like, Brach tells this incredible true story about a tiger named Mohini. It's a perfect metaphor for how we build our own prisons. So just picture this majestic, beautiful animal, but she's confined to this tiny concrete box. Day after day, her entire world is just those 12 feet. That's all she knows, just pacing back and forth inside those walls. And here's the really heartbreaking part. She finally gets her freedom. Acres of space, hills, trees, a pond, everything she could want. And what does she do? She goes to a corner and paces out the exact same 12 by 12-foot cage in the grass. The cage was so deep inside her, she couldn't even see the freedom right in front of her. And we do the same thing, don't we? We stay trapped in these little cages of our own beliefs. Okay, so if we're like Mahani, stuck in these invisible cages, how in the world do we get out? Well, the path out is radical acceptance. And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of it. The journey doesn't start by fighting ourselves or trying to fix what we think is broken. It's a paradox, right? Real, lasting change only happens when we stop the war and just start with acceptance. So it's really important to know that radical acceptance has two key parts. You can think of them like the two wings of a bird. The first wing is just clearly seeing what's happening. Mindfulness, just noticing what's going on inside you. The second wing is compassion, holding whatever you find with kindness. It's about meeting your own vulnerability with a gentle heart instead of with judgment. Now, I know this can all sound a little abstract, but there is a super simple, really concrete practice you can use anytime. Brach calls it the sacred pause. It's honestly that simple. When you're in the middle of a stressful moment or you're beating yourself up, just pause. Stop everything. Turn your attention inward and gently ask, what's here right now? And then whatever you find, just meet it with a little kindness. So for example, you get a critical email at work and your stomach just drops. Instead of reacting right away, you can just pause, notice that tightness in your chest, and maybe silently say to yourself, it's okay. That little pause is everything. It's how you step out of the trance. And when we start to practice this, even in small ways, something amazing starts to happen. It completely transforms our relationship with the parts of ourselves that we're most afraid of. I just love this quote. It completely reframes how we think about our inner demons, right? Our shame, our anger, our fear. What if they're not monsters we need to slay? What if they're actually just misunderstood parts of us, waiting for us to finally show them a little bit of love and attention? And this is such a crucial point. Our suffering doesn't actually come from the feelings themselves, the demons. It comes from our resistance to them. Freedom is what happens when we stop fighting and just turn toward them with curiosity. It's really the difference between drawing your sword or offering them a cup of tea. The poet Rumi puts this so beautifully. He has this famous poem called The Guest House, and it's basically radical acceptance in poetic form. The idea is to welcome every single part of your experience, every thought, every feeling, no matter how uncomfortable, it's a visitor. And each one has been sent to you as a guide. And this right here, this is the ultimate promise. When you stop fighting, the demons lose their power. True healing doesn't come from finally becoming some perfect version of yourself. It comes from tenderly, lovingly, embracing the messy, imperfect, beautiful person you already are, right now. So I'll leave you with this question to just reflect on. What part of yourself are you still rejecting? Because the journey home, the journey out of that trance of unworthiness, it really begins the moment we stop turning any part of ourselves away.